Okay, hi guys. So we're going to talk about bullying, like I've told all of you guys, and you've kind of prepared for this little seminar for. I am so sorry that I couldn't be there in person. Baby decided that she's coming a little bit early, so I'm recording this from the hospital bed before contractions get too bad. My name is McKenna Richens, and I am currently a registered nurse and finishing up my bachelor's, and this is a little bit on the topic of bullying, and I felt like it was important, so that's why I'm sending you this video so we can talk about it. So first off, we're going to kind of go into what bullying is. I mean, you guys all know what bullying is. It's nothing new. It's nothing that you probably honestly haven't seen, unfortunately. It's pretty common. But the CDC, so the Center for Disease Control, defines bullying as any unwanted aggressive behaviors by another youth or group of youths who are not siblings or currently dating partners that involves an observed or perceived power imbalance and is repeated multiple times or is highly likely to be repeated. Now, that doesn't mean that your siblings or your dating partners cannot bully you, and if there is some power struggle going on there, it should be reported. This is just how the CDC defines what bullying is in your guys' age group. And there's different types of bullying. So, I mean, physical abuse, you kind of see that a lot in films. We're going to talk about that. Verbal abuse, damage to property, and cyberbullying. So physical abuse, we'll just get right into it. Physical abuse is what the classic type of abuse is in Hollywood. This is the kid giving another kid a swirly, where we're physically hurting another person. This includes physical harm, such as hitting, tripping, sexual assault, and kicking. Generally, those who are victims of physical abuse are smaller and weaker than their abuser, which makes sense. If you're 6'10" and 300 pounds, you're not going to get bullied by me, who is a 5'5", 125-pound person. Generally, it's going to be the other way around. And these can be very serious. I'm going to tell you a quick little story. I watched a documentary on a young girl who went to a party and was sexually assaulted in that, and nobody would believe her. Her school made fun of her. They uploaded videos of her. So this is kind of both physical and cyberbullying. And a week later, she was found in her bedroom, hung by a shower curtain. Very, very sad, very serious stuff. It's not something that should be taken lightly because people really get affected by this. So verbal abuse. Verbal abuse is inflicted with words. This includes name calling, offensive jokes, teasing, rumor spreading, just to name a few. This is the most common type of bullying among females. Females love rumors, we love gossip, and that can be hurtful. And this is usually done by people of higher social status. It's really easy to start a rumor when you're the top of the food chain, popular person. You know exactly what I'm talking about. I don't think I really need to explain this because you see it every day. Damage to property. Damage to property is a little less common, unless we're talking like the individual's books or locker or something like that. You don't see that as much within high schools, or at least I don't. I never did when I went to high school. But it's exactly what it sounds like. It's when the abuser destroys or damages another person's property for their own amusement or personal gain. And least common type of bullying. Then cyberbullying. This is relatively new to our generation with the internet. It brings up a whole bunch of new challenges. And it's when, you guys know what it is. It's when the victim is belittled by somebody online. And this can be very damaging, as the abuser can abuse them without having an identity. I could go on and be totally anonymous and make fun of one of you guys, and no one would ever know it was me. It's very, very difficult to track sometimes, and it is very hurtful. It's the hardest to resolve, as anything that's posted is permanent online. And an individual experiencing this type of bully often never finds relief because it's always there. It's always on the internet. So I posted this picture because it talks about some things you guys can do to protect yourself from cyberbullying. Make sure that you have a strong password and that your accounts are set to private. And by strong password, I'm not talking about like 1234. I'm talking about, nowadays they're pretty good about having you have capital letters, including numbers, special characters. Don't do your birthday, things like that. Ensure that you're not using identifying info. Don't put your birthday out there. Don't put your social security out there. Don't put your credit card information. Don't put your address. It totally bothers me when people my age go on and post when they have babies, as I'm obviously in that position, but when they have babies and they post their name, their date of birth, it's really easy to become a target when you do that. And then just make sure that you're checking, this is more for parents, check their social accounts monthly, make sure that there's nothing going on. And if you kids are getting bullied, tell a parent, tell somebody. And these were just a couple stats on bullying that I wanted to tell you. 1 in 5 experience bullying between the ages of 12 and 18, and 1 in 6 will experience cyberbullying. And only 46% of those will report it to an adult. Really sad. So what to do about it? What do we do if we get bullied? Biggest thing, if you see it, report it. And talk to a trusted adult and make sure that you're surrounding yourself with individuals who really support you and are looking out for your welfare. They're not going to be the ones edging you on to get involved in situations where you're unsafe or where there's more potential for a bad situation to happen. And these are the references. And that's it. Thanks so much, you guys.